You can find his hats from the streets of Central Virginia to the silver screen. In tonight's Wayne's World, we revisit the world of Ignatius hats and tell you what inspired the sculptor turned hat maker. Plus, we'll tell you how you can help him in his fight against brain cancer.
It's quite exciting.
Oh, can't buy these anywhere.
You can get a nice hat at Short Pump, don't get me wrong, but if you want something that's different, it's going to stand out and be creative, then Ignatius is your person.
That could be me.
For Diana Moore,
It's lots of fun. I love hats.
a morning inside Ignatius hats
Never seen anything like them before. They're just one of a kind.
That's something you can wear every day.
is cause to celebrate.
I just bought 3 new hats.
How are you doing? Are you finding everything all right?
The man behind the name and the hats
As long as this little edge is turned up, you can do anything you want.
is 60-year-old Ignatius Creegan.
A hatter makes men's hats. A milliner makes women's hats. I do it all.
But to get here has been quite the journey. Back in 1985, Ignatius was sculpting,
It was really cold in my studios,
so he tried something.
so I cut up an old coat and made some hats.
Necessity being the mother of invention led to a revelation for the Richmonder.
It wasn't long before I realized, well, nobody is making hats anymore. I thought that was an opportunity to be in a field where there's no competition.
A hat to keep warm brought a few customers.
There were some bands and very theatrical people, Guar. I made some hats for Dave.
A shop on West Gray Street would lead to more well-known clientele.
Steven Tyler from Aerosmith was one of my first customers.
A move to Petersburg opened up some doors to provide hats to both the small and big screens.
So I do feel like it's an important part of the work of the film or the television show. It's a real indicator of who this person is.
On screen, his hats have adorned Angelica Houston, Sissy Spacek, actors in Mercy Street and Turn. But this
Bring it back around and
Turn it this way.
is where Ignatius shines and gets his inspiration.
I like this hat. This is cute.
my favorite thing to do is to make somebody's favorite hat, something that somebody will say, I love this hat. That I wear this all the time. That's what I want to hear.
But finding inspiration in the past 18 months
Are we talking about this?
has also meant facing the unknown head on.
Yes, I have survived a brain tumor over the last year and a half, and I feel like I'm doing really well.
I love that hat on you.
It's so important to store your hat properly.
So now there's a new building in Petersburg, a showroom designed to sell, and an upstairs designed to create something you won't find anywhere else. More than 30 years after he began his journey making chapeaus, Ignatius has turned fabric into a unique art form. While his hats have been seen on TV and in movies around the world, they're appreciated most right here in Central Virginia. A piece of art not just to be worn, but appreciated for the craftsmanship. That's a look inside Wayne's World. I'm Wayne Koval, CBS 6 News.
After more than 2 years in remission for brain cancer, CBS 6 has learned that the brain tumor has returned. Ignatius Creegan has had a second surgery and is currently receiving chemotherapy.
Medical bills are mounting, so friends have set up a GoFundMe page to help with expenses. You'll find the link to that GoFundMe on our website at WTVR.com.